Hey y'all, we're grabbing some of Dollar Tree's glassware to create some awesome Christmas DIYs. I hope you enjoy! Our first project is so quick and easy, if you blink your eyes, you might miss it. Grab one of these candle holders from Dollar Tree. They're in their fall selection right now. Remove the label and the embellishments. We're going to be adding some Dollar Tree candy cane striped ribbon. Now I did hot glue mine on the back side at the very edge just to make sure that it will stay there so that when I flip it over, I can just tie a simple bow in the front. But I do want to make sure that I keep that ribbon up to the very edge. Then I could trim those tails down and cut those at an angle. If you need to, you could add a little bit of hot glue just to make sure that ribbon stays right there at the top of the rim. We're going to take a snowflake sticker. This came from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree also carries snowflake stickers. Place one right in the center. We're going to take a battery-operated LED votive candle from Dollar Tree. Now make sure it's battery-operated and not real. We're going to place that on the inside, but wait, we're not done. I found these gorgeous Christmas ornaments for $3 at Dollar General. They even light up. So we're going to remove the plastic tab from the back as well as the piece that you would plug into your Christmas tree. We're going to remove the label and the piece that hangs the ornament up. There is a wire in the hat, so you can adjust that to go straight up or bend it over. And this is the perfect fit for the rim of our candle holder. That's why I wanted to make sure that you used a battery operated candle. And the on and off switch for the snowman's head is on the back, so you can easily access this. If you can't find one of those colored candle holders, here's an idea for one of the clear ones. It's just a tad bit smaller. Grab some Christmas figurines. These came from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree also carries some. Hot glue those in the center of the candle holder. This is how mine's looking so far. You could add as many as you like. Then we're going to take a white muffler, which is basically like a scarf from Dollar Tree. I've used this in previous projects before. This is the last little piece that I have left over. It has some beautiful white fur on the front. I'm going to cut an angle on one side, and once I do that, I do need to close that up. I'm going to do that with some hot glue. Holding that top left corner up against the rim of the candle holder, I need to see where the two pieces overlap. Then, using my finger to hold it in place, I can fold that over and cut the exact same angle on the other side. Again, I'll need to close that up using some hot glue. Then we're going to place the furry portion, the very top part, right there at the rim of our candle holder. We're going to do that using some hot glue. I like to do small sections at a time to make sure I can keep the edge of that furry portion all the way up to the very edge of the candle holder, and that I started right in the center of my Christmas scene. Then I'll continue to do that until I have the pieces glued together where they overlap. It will be a little bit long, so I'm going to press that down on the table. Using some lace ribbon from Dollar Tree, I'm going to create a very simple bow and leave two really long tails. I'm going to tie that together with a piece of twine and double knot it on the back and then cut the excess twine off. Now I can attach the bow directly to where the two pieces overlap using some hot glue. Drape the lace down to the side and cut it right there at the edge where the furry part is. We're creating sort of like a robe for a snowman. Now I want to add in some faux snow, so I'm going to use some Epsom salt, but you could use some faux snow from Dollar Tree. And we're using another one of those adorable light up snowman ornaments that you can find at Dollar General for $3. Remove the plug, the tag, and the twine that's holding the ornament piece together. Adjust the hat, and this will fit perfectly on top of the candle holder, and the light from the snowman really illuminates the Christmas scene inside of the candle holder. For this project, we're using 4 of Dollar Tree's reindeer ornaments. They come 2 in a pack. Now, sometimes you have to clean them up a little bit. And also, we're going to be using 1 of Dollar Tree's thick, round wooden ornaments. Go ahead and remove the tag and stain it the color of your choice. You may also want to fill in the hole with some wood filler if you like. We're going to take those reindeer and hot glue them right to the outside edge of this wood piece. I'm going to place them flush to the table, so it's going to look something like this. And you want to make sure all of their heads are going in the same direction. I'm going to place one opposite of the first one and then place the other 2. You may want to use a more permanent super glue if you're afraid of these popping off with hot glue. Now you could add a battery operated pillar candle inside of there, or you could also fit a Dollar Tree glass hurricane vase and a battery operated pillar candle, and this is how it turned out. For our next project, we're using one of Dollar Tree's small clear ornaments. They come in a pack of 2. Remove the top part, and we're using some more of that muffler furry scarf material from Dollar Tree. Cut about a 2-inch wide piece, and of course you'll need to hot glue that backing to it to make sure it stays together. Then we're going to attach this to the bottom part of that ornament using some hot glue. I'm just going to do about half of it at one time and then go around and hot glue it until the 2 ends meet. Once you have that glued on there, flip it over to where now you can see the bottom of the ornament, and then place some hot glue and kind of push that down. You'll do that all the way around until you have everything glued right up to the hole of the ornament. Then we're going to cut another strip of that about a 1/2 inch wide. You don't need the backing on this, so you can go ahead and cut that off. We're going to glue just the furry portion to the top part of that ornament. And we're just going to glue that in a circle. So again, I'm just going to place some hot glue down, press that around, and then hot glue it until the 2 ends meet and cut the excess off. We are creating an angel, and this is going to be her halo. So once you have all of that in place, this is how it should be looking. I'll be using an oil-based black Sharpie to draw both of the eyes, a few eyelashes, and the mouth. I'm not sure if just a plain Sharpie will work, but I know the oil-based, it will not rub off. Then we're going to take one of Dollar Tree's votive candle holders. It has this bluish tint to it. We're going to flip that upside down and attach the ornament to the bottom part of that votive using some super glue. This is how she's looking. Now we're going to take some gold cording, and I found this at Dollar General for $1, and just tie a very simple bow right where the 2 pieces meet, right below that furry portion, and then trim the excess off. Using one of Dollar Tree's foam angels, we're going to cut just the wings out. So on the bottom portion, I did go ahead and try to scallop that to make it look like the previous design. Then we can attach this to our candle holder using some hot glue on the back, and of course use a battery operated votive candle to place right underneath that candle holder. For this project, we're using some of Dollar Tree's vinyl paper. Make sure you get the removable. It doesn't matter what color it is. We're going to cut that to 4.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Fold it in half the long way and cut out an oval. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure it's kind of rounded and somewhat in the shape of an oval. We're going to be using one of these glass candle holders from Dollar Tree. Make sure to give it a really good cleaning inside and out. And make sure it's thoroughly dry. We're going to add that removable paper to the front of this. And the great thing about it being removable, if you place it in the wrong spot, you can peel it back up and push it back down. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just really want to make sure that you have the outside edges sealed to the glass. And this is how it's looking so far. Using a piece of wax paper and Mod Podge, we're going to go over the glass candle holder with the Mod Podge. Where the vinyl paper is, I do go like away from the paper to keep the Mod Podge from going underneath. And I'm going to do half of this glass at one time. Then I'm going to set out some Epsom salt so that we can give this a really beautiful frosted look. Just pick up your Epsom salt and add as much as you can to cover up the Mod Podge. Once you have that section done, then you can go to the back side and add your Mod Podge to that half, get it fully covered, and then add more Epsom salt. You just want to make sure that all of the spots are filled in with that. And then sometimes it's easier to just pull all the Epsom salt together and roll the vase around in it. Once you have the vase completely covered, before it dries, go ahead and remove your vinyl paper. Then let that dry for a couple of hours. Now, to keep the Epsom salt from coming off of the vase later, kind of crumbling off, I'm going to use a triple thick clear glaze made by Krylon. Now, what I should have done was leave the vinyl paper on there, because even though it is clear, it kind of gives it a little bit of a foggy look over that area. So if you recreate this, I would leave the vinyl paper on there until after you glaze it. Then you'll let it dry for a few hours. I'm using one of Dollar Tree's clear LED angels. Some of them are holding a hymnal and some of them are holding a trumpet. I wish that they just had one color or maybe went through the colors pretty slow. They kind of go through it pretty fast and it's kind of flashy. But I want to place this inside the vase and I want to have some snow, but I don't want to use that Epsom salt because I'm scared it may mess with the battery pack on the angel. So I'm using some Dollar Tree faux snow and fill it up right to the bottom of that oval. And then I can place this beautiful angel right in the center. For this project, we're using one of Dollar Tree's glass bottles. We're going to carefully remove the top and it will pop out of the holes on the side. We do not need the top for this. We're just going to use the bottle. We're going to set this on a piece of wax paper and using Mod Podge, go over this and put a nice generous layer over the entire outside of this bottle. So I did like from the neck down. Once I had it completely covered, I put a very good amount of Epsom salt over top of my wax paper, and you can find Epsom salt at Walmart or any of your local drugstores. Then you can lay your bottle down, press it into the Epsom salt and rotate it until it is completely covered. Now around where the curves are, you will have to sprinkle it on there. Just make sure that all of your Mod Podge is covered in the Epsom salt. Then I finished the top part again by applying the Mod Podge and sprinkling the Epsom salt on there. Let that dry for a couple of hours, and to keep the Epsom salt from falling off, I'm going to use Krylon's triple thick clear glaze. Give this a light coating all the way around and let that dry for 3 to 4 hours. We'll be using one of Dollar Tree's angel wing ornaments. You'll want to hold that up to your bottle now that everything is dry to see exactly where everything touches, and you'll know where to place your super glue. I'm using Gorilla Super Glue Gel, and you may also want to add a little bit of hot glue to that to hold it temporarily until your super glue sets up. But you'll just place it right there at the neck of the bottle and let that set up for maybe an hour or so. In Walmart, I found some very glittery tulle. It's 3 yards for $3. And I'm going to cut a strip of this. Now I'm going to show you with the tulle and without later on in the pictures, and you guys can let me know which way you like it better. I'm just going to tie a simple bow around the neck of the bottle and trim the excess off. And boy, did that glitter get everywhere. But this is how it's looking so far. Then I'm going to use some of Dollar Tree's pearl stickers, and luckily they're all attached together so you could just peel that off. We're going to wrap that around the rim of the bottle, and you will need to hot glue it at the beginning and the end where it meets just to make sure it stays in place. And of course I need to add in some battery operated LED lights, and then I'll tuck that battery pack down behind it, and this is how she turned out. This is how it looks without the tulle. So you guys let me know which way you like it better. I hope you enjoyed today's projects and found tons of inspiration. And if you have a favorite, let me know in the comments section down below. I always love to know which one is your favorite. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to click that subscribe button right below the video. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please take care, and I will see you guys next time.